Making guitar simple. With Porrick Mather, you can do this.
This video is for anyone who is, say, 4 to 10 weeks learning guitar, especially those of you working from my guitar books. When you're learning chords, it makes much more sense to learn at least 2 at a time. If you pause this video and place your capo on the first fret and work on the skills with the capo on, and when you've cracked the skills, then you can take the capo off and it'll be so much easier. So please pause the video now and put your capo on the first fret. Can you bring your hand in at the back as I'm doing here? This is very important also, that you get your hand position right. And it has to stay right between the chords. If you copy what I've done coming in at the back there, my thumb is barely touching the top string on the guitar. If your hand is small, you can get to about here, that would be okay, but ideally long term there. Can you get a C chord? From there, can you bring your first finger up to the 5th string, 2nd fret, and take off your 3rd finger? E minor. Did you see how easy that was? To go back to C, 3rd finger back on, 1st finger back to the 4th string, 2nd fret. And watch the 2nd finger carefully here. It's not moving at all. You will also note how the thumb raises from the knuckle on the E minor, because this is an E string. We want it to sound on the E type chord, but not on anything else. So it's muted on the C. Do you see the way it raises up? Can you now slide your first fingertip across half of the 5th string, 2nd fret? Not all of it, half of it. Again, you can hear the sound here. I'm pressing very hard as I'm doing this. If you feel you have a handle on that, when you slide across, 2nd fingertip to the 6th string, 3rd fret, middle, right in the middle of it, not in the corner, in the middle. That leaves room then for the 2 fingers at the bottom. You have 2 ways of playing G then from there. As a beginner, the easiest one is then to add your 3rd fingertip on the 1st string, 3rd fret, but you could also have the 2 fingers down here as well. Once they're on, you would release this finger then to mute. This string does not sound in almost all professional recordings. The G sounds much, much cleaner. And also that G. Okay. You don't need the 5th string. Makes it much easier, particularly when you're changing to D's and C's. First finger back on, and can you pull it back, and you will see how much easier it is to get back to E minor. So there's the E minor to G change. I'm doing the easy G if you're a beginner, which is that one. Slide back to E minor, cross to G. And that makes that chord change much, much easier. So you're working on 2 chords. We're actually working on 3 chords here, E minor, and we also have the C. So here's some difficult chord changes we've made easier. Hopefully from what you've seen here, you will continue from here on to always work on at least 2 chords at the same time, because it's what you're doing between the chords is the real art of playing guitar well. You'll see the very good players, how simple they make it, whereas the people who do not do it, they kind of look like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, instead of 1, 1, 1. Even the bar chord, 1, back to C. Looking at the position from behind the guitar here, you might notice all through this lesson, this hand has not moved. Here was the C, here was the E minor, here was the G. A tiny bit for comfort, that's all. Again, if you watch people who just learn guitar chords, they're like this, and then they're like that, and then they're like this and this. There's no need. If you watch me playing here, watch them. This hand is hardly moving. It just pops up from the knuckle just for E-type chords. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.